Truth be told, Mali,
Uh-huh.
many Kenyans
Yes.
know insurance companies, but very few Kenyans know the force working behind the scenes to shape, grow, and guide the industry.
That's true. And truth be told, Charlene, there are quite a number of abbreviations.
Yes.
AKI, IRA, AIBK,
Yes.
AKPIA. There are quite a number. So
Yes.
today, what are we going to do?
Today we are getting up close with the AKI.
Yes.
Yes.
AKI,
AKI
Association of Kenya Insurers.
Yes.
All right.
Welcome to today's episode of the TBT Podcast. I'm your host, Charlene Kimara. You may call me Mama Bima Kenya.
Male Mtoto Mwanza, Karibu.
And on this special episode, we are joined by the Executive Director of the Association of Kenya Insurers, popularly known as AKI. Karibu sana to the TBT Podcast, Mr. Tom Gichuhi. Please meet our audience and introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. My name is Tom Gichuhi,
Yes.
and I sit as the Executive Director of the Association of Kenya Insurers
Yes.
and also the CEO.
Yes.
Okay. Karibu. Karibu
Thank you.
sana.
Asante.
I think for us, this is a dream come true to get to have the group or the body that is taking care of the association of the insurers.
Right.
So let's begin with the bigger picture. Who is AKI? And what role does AKI play in terms of shaping the industry in Kenya today?
To start with, AKI is a members organization or a trade association.
Okay.
It started way back in 1960.
Oh, wow. Okay.
By that time,
I didn't know that.
by that
Okay.
time it was known as the Association of East African Insurers.
Okay.
That is a time when we had the East African community.
Yes.
So it was started as a regional association
Okay.
for all the insurance companies which were operating within the East African region. That was Kenya, Uganda, of course, and Tanzania.
Yeah.
1977, the East African community broke up. So each one of these countries had to establish their own associations.
Yes.
So we established ours. That time it was called the Council of Insurers of Kenya. So it changed from the East African Insurance Association to the Council of Insurers of Kenya, KOKI. It was used to be called KOKI.
Okay.
10 years later, 1987, the industry decided to change the name from KOKI to AKI, to the Association of Kenya Insurers.
All right.
And ever since, the association has taken that shape.
Yes.
It has retained that name. And it wrote its first constitution in that 1987.
Wow.
So that's what AKI is. So what does AKI do? The role of AKI is very broad, but I will be very brief. Is mainly to advance and to protect the interest of insurance companies. That's what it does.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it does it in many ways. One, it promotes positive legislation for the industry. That means it engages the government quite a lot, lobbies the government quite a lot in coming up with positive legislation, positive legislation which will allow the growth of the insurance, the insurance business in this country. It also engages the government quite a lot in opposing negative legislation. So it's both ways.
Yes.
We lobby for positive legislation, we lobby against negative legislation. So one of the key roles of AKI is lobbying. That's where I was going to. The other key role of AKI is to promote insurance information amongst the Kenyan population.
Yes.
And I'm sure you must have interacted with some the communication coming from AKI on TV, on radio, promoting insurance information amongst the Kenyan population. That's what we like calling public education campaigns. We run them quite a lot.
Yeah.
The whole idea is you want to increase knowledge about insurance amongst the insuring public, so that when insurance companies now go out there to sell, they are already selling to a fertile market.
Yeah.
You're already talking to people who have an idea of what insurance is. So that is one of our major responsibilities or roles. Of course, the other one is research. We do quite a lot of cross-cutting research. We share the research findings with members for them to be able to shape up their products, be able to craft the marketing strategies based on the outcomes of those of the research. So there you are.
Oh.
Plus many other things.
Yes. And I really love the role that AKI does, especially in educating the general public
Right.
and sensitizing people about insurance. And especially for even our own colleagues, maybe who are watching this, I like to say that the AKI Insure website, because we will have the website for AKI down here on the screen, is probably the greatest resource that we have in all of Kenya
Right.
when it comes to matters insurance, retirement planning resources. You have done a fantastic job.
Right,
there.
thank you.
Okay, now, Mr. Gichuhi, tell me, for somebody who's watching this, an individual who's watching this, why should they care about AKI? Like, how does your work actually impact the average mwananchi?
I've already just mentioned that one of our biggest roles is interacting with the members of the public in
Okay.
promoting insurance information. So, for individual companies, if you take, we have like 56 insurance companies.
Yes.
For each one of them to go out there and pretend to be promoting insurance information, they would be extremely limited because they cannot promote insurance information for others.
Yes.
They can only promote their products.
Yes,
So they're
yes,
extremely limited
Yeah,
in terms
agreed.
of what they can tell the members of the public.
Agreed.
Yes.
But us now, we have the mandate to talk to the members of the public about insurance in general, to talk to members of the public about the insurance products, even insurance products themselves.
Yes.
After we have done all that, then we tell them, if you want more information,
Yes.
reach out to any one of the insurance companies,
Yes.
and you'll be able to get specific information. And then, of course, if you're interested, then you can go out and there and buy. So what we do is operate on the basis of economies of scale.
Yes.
Because if each individual company, insurance company, was to do what we do, all of them, you can put all those resources together and see exactly what it would amount to. So where we would spend something like maybe 2 million, 3 million to run a campaign, if each one of them was to spend an equivalent amount,
Yes.
we'll be talking about 100 million.
Agreed. Agreed. And still be limited.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
still
still
be
on the
limited,
reach, yeah.
because you're basically talking about your product.
Agreed.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Agreed. So you mentioned something about the East Africa community.
Insurance Association.
Yes, yes. We are now back to EAC. Is that something?
We are back to EAC.
Yeah.
We do not probably, I do not know whether we have intentions of coming up with an East African Insurance Association. But what we've been doing,
Yeah.
we've been collaborating a lot
Yes.
with the other insurance associations within the region. At one point, we even attempted to come up with one. But then we found it logistically a little difficult because we do not want to kill our own individual associations,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
And then we thought if we went ahead and now created one, it will kind of be redundant in the sense that what it will be doing is what individual associations are doing. But the dream probably is not dead.
Yeah.
I know we have, for example, formed a loose association called ANIA, is Africa Network of Insurers, of Insurance Associations.
Yes.
African Network of Insurance Associations,
Yes.
which fortunately we formed it in this country when we had the last AIO, when we hosted the AIO.
Yes.
We went ahead and brought together about 7 trade associations.
One director, just for our audience, AIO. We know we are getting with the abbreviation.
Okay. AIO is African Insurance Organization.
Yes.
Okay.
That
okay.
is the association that brings together all insurers, and not just insurance companies, all people who play in the insurance market, either insurance brokers, insurance agents, insurance surveyors, all of them, even regulators.
Yes.
Anybody in the insurance space,
Yes.
you can join the Africa Insurance Organization and become a member. And we usually have one convention a year.
Okay.
Yes.
So during that year, when we hosted it
Yes.
ourselves now here in Kenya, is when we now formed the network, or the African Network of Insurance Associations.
Okay.
In fact, the last time we had the meeting was in March this year in Dar es Salaam. And now we have been able to grow from 7 to 23, right, trade associations. We are moving in a direction where probably we shall have an association that is going to cover all the African trade associations, insurance trade associations.
Okay. So there is room.
Yes.
Please.
And does that mean that in future we may see a scenario where, if I wanted maybe to purchase a product, say from Uganda, I could do that, or I could actually, as an intermediary, I could be selling our local products to clients in Tanzania. Is that where we are going with this?
The East African, the Common Market Protocol, which had a section on services. It created, the East African Common Market Protocol created an establishment within the East African region where there will be free movement of people, free movement of services, free movement of goods. When it comes to services, free movement of services, when it comes now to insurance, it will get to a point. It has not gotten there because I think the political leadership has not moved maybe as fast as it should have been. The whole idea was that we'll get to a point where you will not only be able to get an insurance cover from Tanzania, but you will also be able to sell a Kenyan insurance product in Tanzania, in Uganda, in Rwanda, and the like.
Good times are coming.
Yes.
Good times are coming.
Yes.
In fact, it should have happened by now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It should have happened by now.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you are aware that
Yes.
as an agent, the law now,
Yes.
the law allows an agent
Yes.
to open an office in Uganda, in Tanzania.
And trade with the
Yes,
license.
but
Wow.
don't forget, we have something called non-trade barriers.
Yes.
Right? We have something called non-trade barriers. The trade barriers have been removed,
Okay.
but non-trade barriers are still in existence. When this protocol came into being, we were supposed to freely move from Uganda, from Kenya to Uganda, Tanzania. You realize even now, as you getting into a place like Tanzania, you still must have to show the passport, you must go through all that process. It was not meant to be. I think there is only one country, I don't know whether it's Rwanda, where you can visit using your ID.
Wow.
That is what was supposed to have happened. But we are moving towards there. So within maybe in the very near future, you will find liberalization of the insurance business within the region where you can walk in, sell, you can walk in, buy, right? Establish, a physical presence if you want,
Yes.
or sell, or even sell using the technology,
Yes.
digital
Platform.
selling,
Yes.
so on and so forth. So good times are coming.
Well, that is
Yeah.
very good news.
Good times are coming. Yeah.
Very nice. You did mention that one of the roles that AKI plays is doing an unbiased marketing approach of the insurance market and the products that we have and research. How do you play into the changing of the culture? Because I do feel in the industry, every player has been trying in some way, every insurance company in one way or another, trying to work the culture and trying to throw off conversations about change in this, how we can adopt this. So how does AKI help with that? And has there been an improvement in the culture that we have regarding insurance as Kenyans?
Traditionally, and for very many years, let me first of all put the caveat that I've been around for quite a while in the insurance market.
Okay.
If you've
How
done-
long is this?
that quite a while?
Oh, I've now done 43 years. Those
Oh,
are
wow.
Those are not very few years.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure most of you are below that age. So,
Yes.
We shall not confess the ages,
Yeah.
but
don't worry. Don't worry. So, the products that you find in this market, and for a very long time, were developed by the colonialists. Were
okay.
developed by the colonialists. When you talk about individual life covers,
Yeah.
most of the covers that you find
Yeah.
were actually developed by the colonialists, the endowments and the like. What we've done as an industry is repackaging, but with very few, very new insurance products. Fire insurance product has always been fire. Motor insurance has always been motor.
Yes.
What we've done is just to try to tweak here and there. But we have not been able now to, not that we've not been able, we have not matched the changing circumstances, the changing demographies, the changing interests, the changing culture,
Yes.
to be able then to come up with products that resonate
Yes.
with the changing demographies. Today we are talking about Gen Zs,
Yes.
right? I am not too sure that we have been able to come up with products and services
Yes.
which extremely now match the current generation, right? We have been trying to do that. So how have we been trying to do it as AKI now? Because again, as I said earlier, individual insurance companies sometimes find it difficult to come up with innovations, because the moment you come up with one, you spend money, and then it's going to be copied immediately. Immediately, it's going to be copied by
Yeah.
others who
Yes.
do not spend any money on it.
Exactly.
So that is a role that we come in now to play, not to come up with products, but to come up with programs, to come up with campaigns targeted at different demographic groups. So how have we been doing it? We have been engaging the young people. And when I say the young people, you talk about young people at a particular moment in time, because tomorrow there will be another set of new people,
Yeah.
young people.
Yeah.
So what we've been trying to do is to engage particularly so young insurers in the market from different insurance companies, encourage them to come up and help us in giving us ideas of the kind of products that they think
Yes.
that their age mates would interest their age mates. So we have we have a program we call Young Leaders. It's called Young Leaders or Future Leaders
Yes,
of
of
insurance.
insurance,
Future Leaders of insurance, and we get them into some kind of competition, so that we tell them, give us ideas of what kind of products this market should be selling.
Yeah.
Design one and tell us how you design it, how it can be distributed, and why do you think that it can be satisfy the interest of the young of the upcoming consumers of insurance.
Yes.
So that is one thing that we've been trying to do. The other one that we've been trying to do is to engage, for example, the teaching fraternity. When they have, well, not so much the teaching fraternity, but students in secondary school, students in colleges, students at the universities. We engage them. I don't know how many years now we have done this, engage them in insurance debates. So that every year we have competition on insurance debates. Formerly we just used to do it at the university level. We have now abandoned the university level. Now we are coming down now to secondary schools.
Oh, wow.
Yes, secondary schools.
Okay.
That by itself, we are getting these young men and women to debate matters insurance, and therefore start kind of interacting with insurance information, not
Yes.
just products, but with insurance information, because they are going to be the next immediate consumers of insurance.
Agreed.
So when you get them to start interacting with the subject of insurance,
Yes.
then by the time they get employed, by the time they start their businesses, by the time they are able to buy insurance, then they will already have interacted with it.
Yeah.
Because you see, insurance, and this is worldwide, of course it gets worse when you talk about developing countries. Insurance worldwide is viewed as a difficult subject. It is not just viewed, it is. It is a difficult subject. And therefore, the consumer information that a lot of people out there have is either limited or it does not exist. So, because of lack of knowledge about it, because of lack of information about the importance of insurance, you find consumption of insurance worldwide is still very low.
Yeah.
If you look at the contribution of insurance to the GDP, the average, the world average is about 6 to 7%.
Oh.
That is what you call insurance penetration.
Yes.
It's about 6 and 7%. In Kenya, we are 2.3.
Yeah.
All right? But you see something which is quite interesting. We keep on saying that in Kenya is 2.3 and it's very low. Let me tell you.
Yes.
We have the fourth highest penetration in Africa.
Oh.
Right? And we are extremely high rated
Yes.
as an insurance market. Very highly rated.
Yes.
When it comes to the insurance market size,
Yes.
that is the premiums, right? We oscillate between number 2 and 3 in the entire Africa, with South Africa leading.
Okay.
Yes.
Then us and Nigeria
Yeah.
changing positions every year. You find Nigeria, this time they are ahead of us,
Yes.
this time we are ahead of them.
Yeah.
And for the longest, we used to be number 2 in terms of the insurance market.
Okay.
And that's when you're talking about Africa.
Yes.
When you bring in the rest of the world, then you know what I mean.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in that regard, because we've now gone into penetration, and,
Yes.
and I think you're doing a good job on the culture aspect of it.
Right, yeah.
Which, as I see it, there are two problems. There is a lack of knowledge, which is a big deal, and then there is the culture situation, how we reason and how we look at insurance. Now, in terms of penetration, like in the South African market, what has worked there that we are probably trying to implement here? And in that line, you mentioned our products are very archaic.
Traditional.
Traditional, archaic.
Yeah.
So how do we compare with that market in particular? Let's not talk about out there. We in Africa, South Africa is doing well. How are we doing?
Insurance by its nature is, again, from a worldwide perspective and from a local perspective, is a very conservative sector. Insurance is very conservative. Even those markets that you hear are very developed, there is still a lot of conservatism when it comes to insurance.
Okay.
Don't ask me why, because I don't know.
Okay.
You will not compare it with, because we are in the same financial services with banks and the like. If I can just before I start answering your question, if I can just give you the example of the banks and insurance companies in terms of adoption of technology. Banks started going the technology way in the 80s. Or probably even late 70s, right?
Yeah.
Insurance is just catching up now.
We are just starting.
Yes.
Well, we are catching up. We are not exactly at position zero, but we have moved, but not as fast as we should have.
Yeah.
And this is not peculiar to Kenya. It's not peculiar to Kenya. If you happen to travel to other particular other African countries, you will be shocked at how we are considered to be very, very progressive, even in terms of adoption of technology, right? When it comes to issues of culture and uptake of insurance, and you had asked me whether we can compare South Africa and where South Africa probably is regarded as one of the most advanced markets. By the way, South Africa is not just regarded as an advanced market in terms of insurance. In Africa, it also ranks very high even in the world, particularly so in terms of penetration. Probably it has the highest penetration in the world. Probably at around 13, 14, it has places like UK, between 6 and 7 percent.
Okay.
So
That's comforting.
No, not comforting.
comforting, yeah. It's a bit comforting.
It's in relation to their GDP. So
Yeah,
Okay.
right,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But the product that really drives the South African market so much beyond anything that is to be found actually anywhere, I think, in the entire continent,
Yes.
is the ability to sell the funeral insurance.
yes,
The last expense
The
benefit.
last expense.
Yeah.
It seems to drive that market.
yes,
I think they seem to value, in quotes, the funeral, the entire funeral ecosystem. They seem to value it quite a lot.
Yes.
And therefore, they always want to be properly covered, so
Yes.
that in the event that there is to be death in the family,
Yes.
then they're able to come to the table
Yeah.
and provide a high level, a very high level service to honor the dead.
yes.
To us here, it's probably completely the opposite. We really want to talk about it. And we also seem to have also spoiled ourselves
Yes.
by the presence of this concept of Harambee. For us, Harambee, we do Harambee for anything and everything.
Everything.
And it seems to have completely been internalized.
Yeah.
That even if you have an insurance cover today, last expense insurance cover,
Yes.
you still have meetings
Yes, yes.
at St. Andrews and
Yes,
everywhere
yes,
else
Yes.
for people to raise money.
Yes.
Even if you have a lot of it,
Yes.
We want to be there. Is it?
Yes.
Is,
we want to be there.
Yeah.
Sometimes we won't even want to force people to accept our donation. Right?
Yeah.
So it has completely been ingrained in us,
Yeah.
to the extent that if you want to go and sell insurance to people out there,
Yes.
they would ask themselves, but people will come through.
Yes.
So why
There
do I
is
need to? Why do I need to? So it's a product we have tried very much as AKI to promote. There was a time, I think, a few years back when we even ran what you may want to call a social shock therapy. We even had people carrying coffins.
Oh wow.
Oh, in this Nairobi.
Oh.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that we can attract people's attention. And we
Yes.
tell them, you'll go through this at some point.
Yeah.
Yes.
We would request that if you may have interest in funeral insurance, talk to us, talk to insurance companies. We even give them the name of insurance company where they still do not click.
And that's quite unfortunate, Mr. Gichuhi, because at this point, and I hope for the Kenyans who are watching this, last expense covers are starting from as low as 3,750 shillings annually. Like literally, we're at a point where there is no reason as to why we should not have these policies. But I was given insight last week. I had traveled to Thailand for the $1 Million Roundtable Conference for top insurance agents in the world. And I was having a discussion with a counterpart from Ghana, an insurance agent from Ghana, where they are very successful. I met an agent who's able to sell as many as 96 policies in a month. And I was thinking, what? 96? And she explained to me that she sells a lot of now the funeral expense policies. And she told me in their culture, they have a serious attachment to their ancestors. So it's a culture thing where you feel that you're responsible to give Mwenda Zake like a very good send-off.
Right.
So for them, like last expense is a given. When you approach someone and you want to sell it, it's affordable. which we also have here locally. But I think we also need to work especially on the culture and to just sensitize people, that I think, honestly, last expense and sending off our loved ones, I like to say that it's a family responsibility. We need to move away from the harambes. And in actual sense, a lot of Kenyans are becoming overly burdened by this. So nowadays, you'll start to notice that the WhatsApp groups that had become maybe very popular for fundraising are no longer able to help families meet maybe the amount, because the budget will be set, and maybe a family will set it at what, maybe 400K, some even 700K. But you get to see that nowadays we are falling short of meeting that budget. But I think that was a very good insight for me, especially now from Ghana, just hearing like the attachment they have to their ancestors and wanting to do right by the person who has gone.
And you know what? The funeral insurance cover in Ghana is a very recent development. Very recent development. It barely goes back maybe 6 years.
Oh. Wow.
It's a very, very, very rare, But you see, their mode of payout
Yes.
is very different from ours.
Yes.
Most of their covers do not pay in cash.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, okay.
In this country of ours, we have different cultures.
Yes.
We have places in this country where the funeral, the process up to the date when the day that you'll get to the final part of it, the day of the funeral.
Yeah.
There's a long period in between. Which turns out to be very expensive in terms of feeding people.
The tents.
Lazima ng'ombe yangu.
You have to slaughter many cows and the like. And then, of course, there is also the extreme where you die today and you have to be buried. So we have a whole continuum of differences in terms of the period, the cultures and the like. And then we also have the in-between. Our insurance practice in terms of payout is usually in cash. And we also pride ourselves in terms of the way we write our policies, that this is going to be done in 24 hours.
Yes.
A lot of times I can tell you it doesn't happen.
Unfortunately.
And even when it happens, and we have said earlier, a lot of times this check is actually even delivered to the committees which are organizing the funeral. That this is the contribution from the insurance. So whether we are able to make the payout within good time to be able to help the family to finance the funeral expenses is a different story. But in Ghana, just go back to their mode of payouts. It will come with bulls which are covered with whatever is the contribution from the insurance company. Or
Is it draped in the insurance company's flag?
Exactly. The way they do their payout is in such a way, and this also happens actually in South Africa, is in such a way that everybody is able to see and appreciate. Right?
Okay.
You are making it now public. Because the moment you bring a bull or two or three, everybody sees them. Now ours, you have a check that you put in.
It's a silent one.
actually an ETF.
And sometimes it doesn't even reach to.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So we have tried. It's not that we have not. We have shared all this information with the insurers. And we have tried to see whether we can get them to change their mode of payouts. Unfortunately, we have not been very successful. So it's a product that finds its way into. I am not very optimistic that is an area that we are going to make a lot of headway. Unless, of course, we sit down, we have a conversation of how we change the entire setup, the way we write it, and the way we pay out.
Okay. But please don't tire as AKI to keep knocking at the insurer's doors.
Right.
as an intermediary, I'm seeing a lot of change, especially with younger Kenyans who are
Yes.
now interacting with insurance. I mean, Mali, at what age did you buy your first insurance product? Because mine was 28. I bought my first insurance endowment plan at 28.
25.
25.
Yeah.
And at this point, we are selling insurance to 19-year-olds who
Yes.
are going for internship and they need the PA cover.
Yes.
And you can see they're very articulate when they come on the
Right.
product they want.
Yes.
They, even if it's depending, whether they will onboard using a form, they will do their paperwork very well. They'll make the payment. And so you can already tell, like the work that you are doing at the universities with the younger children now in
Yeah.
secondary school,
Yes.
in another 5 years, in another 10 years, you will have a new populace, of people who actually are starting to appreciate,
Right.
protection planning. And I also like to say that the youngest life insurance client on my portfolio is a 21-year-old girl. Pure life insurance.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first engaged her, I was so worried when she told me she wanted to sign up that I wrote back on email and asked her to share her phone number because I wanted to be sure. Have you understood?
Have you thought about
Right.
it? Yeah.
21, single, no kids, no nothing. And she just took me through her thought process behind it. Of course, she just set aside 5,000 shillings out of her maybe net of about 180,000. She nominated her parents as her, beneficiaries. And she told me, this was just a foundation for her protection planning. With time, as she moves through the different phases of life, she would come and build onto that. So there's a change. At this point,
Yes.
young Kenyans are watching, they are consuming the information that is going out there, especially on the digital platforms and social media, and they're actually consuming insurance.
Okay.
I tell you, one of the most, one of the biggest things that we who are in the insurance space need to do, even as we are trying to educate the population, is to remove this notion. And you can only remove the notion with information that insurance is expensive.
Yeah.
That is a notion that cuts across.
Yes. Yeah.
You've just said that with you can get a cover, you can get a funeral cover for a whole year with 3,000 shillings.
Yes.
We tell people we are all exposed to potential accidents, either road accident, you stumble, you fall, you do what, you are attacked by thugs.
Yeah.
We tell Kenyans something like personal accident insurance cover is so cheap that with 5,000 shillings in a year,
Yes.
you can buy a hefty insurance.
Yes. 5 million.
Yes. Right? So, but because people don't know,
Yeah.
they stay out there. First and foremost, they do not know much about insurance.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then those who know, or those who have some little information, they tend to think that insurance is for the rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They tend to think insurance for the
That's
rich.
true. That's
Insurance
true.
is expensive.
That's true.
For somebody to go and buy a promise,
Yes.
so, just buying a promise.
Yes.
Then you must be somebody who is substantially rich.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you have moved from buying
Basic.
food, the basics, shelter, and everything else, and now you are buying a promise. That concept seems to keep a lot of Kenyans away from insurance, and we might be mystified. We must tell Kenyans really that insurance, you have insurance covers for everybody. For everybody, whether you are in the so-called micro business, you still can get insurance cover. If you are doing farming and you have your animals there, you have your livestock, you have your cattle, you have your goats, insurance is available for you. For young mothers and young fathers, life insurance, education insurance is available for you. I have no idea how we can get this information out there.
Yes.
But I wish people got to know
Yes.
exactly what it is and the role that it would play in their lives. They would come knocking on every insurance door.
And that's exactly what we are doing here.
Yes.
That's the point of this show.
Yes.
That we can demystify. And the word is demystify.
Yes.
Remove all these cobwebs and thoughts that we have about it
Yes.
and make it as simple as possible.
Right.
And I can tell you, as Charlene is saying, things are changing.
Yes.
There is a lot of conversations going, and the young people are going to show us dust on this matter. Now, I have a question, because you said on the funeral, we don't see us making a lot of headway on that. Which sector or which product or which solution do you feel like as a population we will make it like our thing, our insurance thing? Is there one or
like now, for example, when you look at it from the point of view of people who are involved in businesses,
yes,
just to talk to the current situation that we find ourselves in, until such a time that we are able to escape from the disturbances that we always see after every
5
election, every 5 years.
it's coming to almost every 2 weeks.
Yes,
or so.
now it's becoming now a little too often.
A
little too often.
Yeah.
This is not just a question of people who are doing businesses, because even if you're not doing businesses and you're walking around Nairobi, you also face the risks of those attacks. So Kenyans who are in businesses out there, Kenyans who are in particular so in urban places, they need to be aware that we could continue having these kind of disturbances for the longest. We had in 2007,
yes,
and even before that, we only remember 2007 because it was a very serious whatever. But even before that, 1997,
it happened.
It happened. 1992, it happened.
Yeah.
So we are exposed to this. I do not know for how long, and therefore it is very important that people who are running businesses, they come forward and purchase the fire insurances with riot, strike, and civil commotion extension.
Yes.
They come forward and buy political risks cover.
Yes.
They come forward and buy terrorism cover, because we are also exposed as a people. Because you could very easily find your business being brought down completely, and if you have nowhere to turn to, then if you have built your business, let's say over a long period of time, you can imagine starting from zero again. As individuals, we are exposed, so you need to have your life products.
Yes.
You need to talk to people so that they can buy life insurance products,
Yes.
because anything can happen.
True.
Last time we lost 30 Kenyans,
sadly.
right? And the moment somebody goes, the best that you can do is to look for a way of how the remaining, whether it's parents, whether it's brothers, or whether it's sisters, how they can get some little compensation, at least to give you something to be able to. So this is a risk that we have, and people need to be aware, so that then they can buy some protection. Human beings are very interesting sometimes, because and I'm saying this knowing that we are all human beings. We see things happening to other people.
Yeah.
We never see things.
But,
We never see things
Happening to us.
We never see things. We never see things happening. Happening to us.
That's true.
When you see a house burning, you talk about a house that burned somewhere. When you see a house collapsing or a building collapsing, you see it happening, but you don't imagine it happening to you.
Agreed.
The earlier we start internalizing that we are carrying all those risks ourselves,
Yes.
then that is the time that we shall go looking for protection.
Okay. Now, Mr. Gichuhi, I want us to switch gear a little bit. 43 years in this business. And currently...
That's all what I've done. And I don't know anything else.
Yes. And currently the executive director here at AKI. And today you've hosted us at your beautiful offices. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
I am keen to know, what does a typical day look like here at AKI? Are there any fun routines? Because, you know, most associations are known to be bureaucratic and very rigid. But what's it like, you know, here at AKI?
Our culture here, I'm sure you're not asking about me, you're asking about all of us. The culture at AKI, I do not want to say that you are not likely to find it anywhere else.
Yes.
But it's very peculiar to us, and we have created it deliberately.
Yes.
At AKI, we work on the basis of not what you call conveyor belt. We work on the basis of projects.
Okay.
Right? Work on the basis of projects.
Yes.
And then we do reviews of what we've done. Or let me first of all put it this way. We have annual plans, we have quarterly plans, and we have bi-weekly plans. So everybody who works at AKI runs with certain projects. And then there is a lot of peer-to-peer consultations. So because you must maintain teams. You must try as much as possible to maintain teams. When you work on projects, sometimes it's very difficult to maintain teams. But our culture is one where we are result-oriented. Not stories. Result-oriented.
Okay.
Yes.
And we do not have that system of work where you keep on checking who is nenani anaangalia from here. No, we don't do those things.
Okay.
We
The
don't do those things.
micromanagement?
We don't do those things at all. That I can tell you, and you'll be able to get it from the rest of the staff. There's no micromanagement.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have your projects to run with, right? But the one thing that you know also
Yes.
is that they must be finalized, and they must be finalized in time.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So remaining with the AKI, and thank you, Charlene, for noting that we've been hosted here.
Yes.
So tell me, who walks? You are the Association for Insurers.
Yes.
So who walks in a daily on a daily basis? Who is coming in? Who are we serving?
Maybe there's something I did not mention when I was talking about the mandate and the role of AKI. There's one that I left out, which is very important: the capacity building. We do a lot of capacity building for the industry. We do a lot of training for the industry. So when you ask who are our customers, our customers are mainly our members.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, you also have other customers, suppliers and the like, consultants, so on and so forth. So we do not have a lot of walk-in, walk-out traffic. We don't have a lot of walk-in, walk-out traffic. That's why if you come in, sometimes you may not even know that there are people unless you see vehicles out there.
Yeah.
The place is very quiet. People are busy doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And that's because we don't sell anything, right? We sit back and provide services to our members. Our members will only come here if in those very extreme circumstances.
Yes.
Otherwise, we'll communicate on phone, emails.
Yes.
And these days of technology,
Yeah.
you really don't need to keep on visiting us.
Yeah.
There was a time there used to be a lot of walk-in, walk-out by members of the various committees of AKI, because we also work through a lot of committees.
Okay.
And these committees are populated by members of the industry from various insurance companies.
Yes.
Now, from the days of COVID, we moved into virtual interaction.
Okay.
Virtual interaction. So all our meetings, including our own internally here, we don't meet physically.
Okay.
No. We meet virtually.
Nice.
But we also have the advantage in the sense that being only about 21, 22 people,
Yes.
we see each one of us every day, so many times.
Yes.
So, because you might ask now that you don't meet physically, then how? At what point then do you interact?
Yes.
We interact on a daily basis,
Okay.
hour to hour. I
Yes.
see everybody here every day. I
Yes.
see all of them
Yes.
without exemption.
Nice.
Yes.
So at least in one of the episodes that will be upcoming from, our collaboration with AKI, we'll be talking about the AKI Awards. Oof.
Right, okay.
AKI Awards, sensational. Grammys, the Oscars.
Of the industry.
Yes, and I think the entire industry, you are able to bring pretty much like all the stakeholders within the business, from now the actual insurers to the agents, and it's usually a very glamorous night. But please tell me, like in the past 1 year, minus the AKI Awards, okay, what would you say maybe are you most proud of? Maybe out of all the projects that have been happening, what would you say you're most proud of as AKI?
I did not see that coming, but we get involved in a lot of projects.
Yes.
And let me put it this way: that all our projects that we carry out, all of them without exemption,
Yes.
are for benefits to the members. We carry out, as I said, a lot of researches. Like last year, I think we carried out about 3 or so. When you're doing when you're doing your sales
Yes.
in life, you price your product using a tariff. All right.
Yes.
These tariffs are developed from something called mortality tables.
Yes.
Right? And we were the first, I think, in the entire Africa to come up with our own mortality tables outside South Africa.
Oh, wow.
That was 2001, 2003. I
Okay.
think 2003. So last year, we did a review. We do reviews every 5 years.
Yes.
To us, that's a major achievement.
Yes.
Then when you look at the motor insurance underwriters, I think in the entire Africa, we were the first to digitize our motor insurance certificate.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Right.
no, thank you.
Okay.
Right.
Shangwe.
Yeah. Yes. And so that insurance companies do not have to keep on, because we are the ones who are entrusted with. We were the ones who, for all the time to
Yes.
print and distribute to insurance companies. Now they can access these things digitally without necessarily having to come in here.
Yes.
Last year we were involved a lot in promoting a platform we call Bima Yangu, where you can verify, for example, your insurance certificate.
Yes.
To confirm that is genuine.
Yes.
And it's also used at the back end. That's on the front office. At the back end, by insurance companies, they're using it quite a lot in ensuring that in claims management,
Yes.
so that they do not have to entertain fraudulent claims.
Yeah.
So we have created a lot of platforms as AKI
Yes.
for the industry, a lot. So when it comes to issues of digitization, which is one of our major success stories at AKI,
Yes.
I think without blowing our own trumpet,
Yes.
we really have done well.
Yes.
So when you ask me what are some of the successful projects that we have carried out in the last 1 year, in as much as we came up with new projects,
Yes.
enhancement of existing platforms, those technological platforms, has been one of our major concerns, so that we move the industry from these physical documents to the digital world.
Yeah, and I think we need to blow that trumpet, because
Yes.
I remember a time when you needed a sticker,
Yes.
an actual physical sticker,
Yes.
and you have to move heaven and earth
Yes.
to get to it,
To get
because
it. To get
you can't move, you can't drive your car without this
Yes.
sticker.
Yes.
and it almost became and it promoted a lot of fraud because you don't know which sticker is genuine.
Exactly.
Only when you have an accident or you're caught with the police,
That's when you are
nakwambia hii yako hii. This one we don't know where it's coming from.
Exactly.
So the fact that we've digitized that and now you can access it at the comfort of your home. All you need to do is have a phone and you can go print it
Yes.
and you
Exactly.
stick it.
Yes.
Or you can even show the police or whoever it is.
Yeah,
I
you have it even on the whatever on
exactly,
your
yeah.
phone.
So I think that's a very big step,
It
and
is.
we have to congratulate Aki on
Thanks,
that and the
thanks,
coordination of that impact. Okay,
Yes.
so in terms of technology, you've talked about technology. Is
Yeah.
there any other front that we are now getting into in this space? You did mention earlier that we are just coming into the insurance companies are now just coming into digitizing
Yeah.
their approach and all. What do you think is the role? What the role that Aki is playing on that?
No, okay, actually that has done very many things.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
it's only that, particularly so when we come up with something that is specifically being utilized internally by insurance companies, the general members of the public will
Yes.
never know about it.
Agreed.
Because it is only meant now to facilitate, is supposed to create effectiveness
Yeah.
within the insurance company itself, not the members of the public. We have many platforms.
Okay.
And the one that we started with initially was called Integrated Motor Insurance Data System. That system was is still meant to collect all motor insurance data, then collect all the claims data, right? And what that system did, one of its biggest success was that you can never insure a motor vehicle twice.
Yes.
Before it came into being, let me tell you, there are a lot of people who had made a lot of money from insurance companies.
Yes.
You'll buy a high-end vehicle, go insure it with the AIG or whatever this day they are NCBB, the NCBA. You go and insure it with Jubilee, go insure it with CIC. About 4 insurance companies.
Yes.
Then you start losing the same motor vehicle,
Yes.
claiming it has been stolen.
Yes.
And they will always make sure that it is stolen.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when vehicles are stolen, they were famously said to be transported across the border. So it will never be found.
Yeah.
So you claim you are 5 million, you are 10 million from company A, you go company B, you go company C. So the moment we integrated this data,
Yes.
now that you cannot insure your motor vehicle more than once, you cannot claim more than once.
Yes.
Right?
Fantastic.
That was a big success for the motor insurance underwriter. Then we have now created something called Pata Bima, which is a common platform that any member of the public, you can go into that, you can download it, have it on your phone. If you want to buy a particular insurance product, you go to it and you go screen by screen. This is APA, this is the Britam, and you are looking for the same product, and you can see how
There's
much
a comparative.
how much they are charging, right? Now, if you want to buy, now you buy digitally.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have created a payment platform. You buy and you pay
Yes.
to the insurance company. How they process the insurance covers, we are not bothered ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is now your responsibility.
Yes.
So that's been a big achievement where I'm concerned. You are selling insurance. You've been selling insurance as a salesperson, and we have had salespeople who have moved from one underwriter to another particular. So the so-called tied agents.
Yes.
You sell for company A, then you get involved in some malpractices.
Yes.
Then you move from company A, you go to company B. You get involved in malpractices, unakula premium, unafanya nini. Then it goes on and on and on. We created a registry here so that when a salesperson moves from company A to company B, the reason is very clearly noted in the system.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
So when you move to company C and you're seeking to be enlisted as one of the salespeople, you
Yes.
just go to the registry without telling you and find out.
Yes.
Have you left any trail of malpractices? Right? And so this registry depends so much on how much insurance companies feed it with
feeding,
information.
yes.
Right? So we have been able to control
Yes.
movement of salespeople as a result of having committed malpractices.
Okay, now, Mr. Gichuhi, you talked of Pata Bima. Now, my comrades out there will be would be disappointed if I didn't ask this.
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel that maybe Pata Bima is in direct competition with insurance agents, or do you just feel that in Spanglish there's something we say? "Stini nanagera nyeki." Do you think that is the same environment that we are in? Yes.
We'll have to do a translation now. Okay.
You know, it may be seen
Yes.
like it's actually in competition, but we have also been talking to the intermediaries.
Yes.
As you talk to your potential consumers of your product,
Yes.
you do not necessarily have to walk. In fact, it makes your work a lot easier. You do not have to walk to an insurance company to fill forms, right?
Yes.
You download you have the app,
Yes.
right? And as you are making the application,
Yes.
there is a room for intermediary.
Yeah.
Right? So you put in the intermediary,
Okay,
you buy
okay.
your cover,
Yes,
and the intermediary just get the commission.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal.
Fantastic.
No.
And maybe even for future improvement, you could consider intermediaries actually registering agents onto the platform,
yes.
so that every agent gets a unique code, so that if I have my code and I send my client, when
Right.
my client says I want motor insurance, I could just send them the link. They go in, pick, but because it's a unique code, for example, to Catherine,
Yes.
to Joseph, or to this brokerage,
It will only talk about you.
yes, it goes directly,
I
and
agree.
the business is placed with
I
you. I
agree.
think that
I
it's an
agree.
opportunity for collaboration between also AKI and also supporting the agents in
There
the
is
business.
no in one time that we would want to remove the intermediaries from that space,
Yes.
because we know the role they play.
Yes.
Insurance companies cannot walk across, move from here to there to
Yes.
sell their
No, they
products.
can't, yeah.
They really have to rely on
The boots on the ground.
The salespeople, the boots on the ground.
Yes, yes.
And I can tell you for sure, even in the most developed markets, salespeople are still the biggest source
That's
of
it.
insurance business.
Yes.
So you are being supported.
We are being supported
Yes.
with room also for
Yes,
improvement
yes.
and more
No,
collaboration.
we value intermediaries
Yes.
a lot.
Yes.
Insurance
Okay.
brokers, insurance agents, we
Yes.
value them a lot because we know the work that they do. They do
Yes.
for us.
I think we're coming also towards the end of our conversation. Maybe just a few more questions, Mr. Gichuhi. I'm keen to know, okay, what are your top 2 or maybe top 3 priorities for AKI maybe in the next 5 or so years?
We would first of all, we would want to enhance a capacity building by creating a learning platform. That's already is something that is already we have already started,
Okay.
so that we do not necessarily have to do physical training all the time.
Okay.
Right? We can have online training. The next thing that we're doing is we're also establishing a training, research, and recruitment agency at AKI.
Oh.
Right? We are starting with the training part of it. We are at a very advanced stage.
Yes.
Where we create a unit, a standalone unit, which will be carrying out just training and nothing else.
Okay. Wow.
Right? Then from there, we move to. We already have a research section, but we want to make it fully fledged research unit, which does not necessarily have to carry out research only for AKI and AKI members. They can only carry out research also for other organizations. And then the training, finally the recruitment unit, would want to be offering our members recruitment services when they want to hire employees. They do not have to go to right.
Nice, nice.
Because we have capacity that other recruitment agents may not have.
Exactly.
Because we know our market.
Yes.
We know who is where.
Yes.
We can even do headhunting.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And we know the right questions to ask for when we are recruiting,
Yes.
because we are insurers ourselves.
Yes.
So, and of course, our members would benefit because they will not be charged the same kind of rate that they are normally charged by the other, because this recruitment agency is theirs.
Yes.
Right? We are establishing it using their money.
Yes.
It belongs to them, so it will be working for them. So whatever it is that we do here, and that's the step we keep on making, is that whatever we do here, it is for the interest of our members. So we must look for ways of how they can increase their production,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
We get involved in projects which would not only increase their production, but will also reduce their losses by way of claims. So we come up with any platform that we come up with here is either to increase the productivity or the production and reduce claims.
The loss ratio, yeah.
And do that. So if we can provide them with other services, which also going to bring down their expenses of management, the better for them.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. And speaking about that recruitment, if you are to speak directly to young Kenyan professionals, why should they consider a career in insurance?
Because it's good. Yes. Career insurance is good. Those ones who are listening out there,
Yes.
they need to know.
Yes.
But just like insurance is misunderstood,
Yes.
even insurance is a career. You don't find a lot of people
Yes.
really looking out for it.
Yes.
Yes.
But I just wish they knew what what is innate for, what it would be innate for them. Yeah?
Yeah.
One, insurance as a career puts you in an environment where you rarely do very many routine duties.
Yeah.
Insurance changes just about nearly every day,
Yeah.
and you have to keep on learning. You have to keep on getting involved in different circumstances. When things like now we are talking about climate change,
Yeah.
Yes.
right? Insurers have to start thinking in terms of the products that they should come up with for purposes of climate resilience.
Yes.
All right? It is not something that was there a few years ago.
Yeah.
Things keep on changing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Things keep on changing. And as an insurer, you have also to keep on thinking very broadly, thinking very widely. Other than routine, I do not want to talk about an industry which
Yes.
is used to routine.
Yes.
But,
Not mention names.
Yes, without mentioning names.
Yes.
But insurance is a very, very, very challenging. It's a very challenging field, and it's very dynamic by its nature.
Yes.
I can tell you for sure, having been in insurance for all those years, I cannot claim to know at more than 50%.
Wow.
I can't claim. There is always something to learn in insurance.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a very interesting field
Yeah.
Yes.
for those young men and women out there. And maybe, I don't know, if I say this, I'll be, maybe somebody will ask me, against what?
Yes.
It also pays well.
Yes. And allow me to
good.
double
It
down.
pays well. Insurance pays well.
Yes, Mr.
Yes.
Gichuhi, I think I spent the first 8-9 years of my professional journey, mainly in investments, stock brokerage, fund management, and investment banking. And 5 years ago, I joined the industry. And I must tell you, of course, the first 2 years, I had not found my footing. I was just going, I was all over the place. But the past 3 years of my career, I've probably traveled to 7 different countries, courtesy of insurance incentive trips. Last week, I was actually in Bangkok. This year alone, I have been to 3 countries. I've gone to Thailand twice. I've gone to Malaysia. Next month, I'm going to Zambia. Just that environment, the exposure
The
it gives
exposure.
you.
Yes.
And leave alone the glamorous part, the earning and all that, and the traveling, even the impact that you're able to have. When you go to condole with a client and they see you having packed and you're walking towards like the back of the tent, maybe this is during the actual funeral, and they send their PA, no, go get my agent and bring her here to the family circle.
Yes.
You can see the impact. That young mother who calls you that now they've just been discharged from hospital, and she did not pay a shilling. And she's wondering, wait, that cover you sold for me for 25,000 has probably catered for our bill that was close to 300,000, and I did not pay a coin. I keep saying, for all young people who are out there, even this career, especially as an agent, that a lot of people think you'll just be tammacking and looking. Okay, there's that part. When you're starting, there's a bit of that. But with consistency, a career in insurance is worth considering.
It is. It is. It's challenging.
Yes.
And it's also fun.
Thank you, Bwana Gichuhi. There you have it, folks. Now you've heard it from a 43-year-old in the industry.
Yes.
That this is a good space to be, the insurance industry. They're the players that will be speaking about those in subsequent conversations, the players that are there in the market. You have heard there's some good, it's not just repetitive.
Yes.
There's new advances in technology, there's digitization, there's new products that are coming up. There is money.
Yes.
And most importantly, there's touching of lives, which all of us here have witnessed. So thank you so for joining us. This has been the Truth Be Told podcast. I have been your host, Malem Toto Mwanza.
And I'm Charlene Kimara. You may call me Mama Bima Kenya.
And until next time, stay insured.